If you are a sophomore who's a high academic student, here are the 5 things you need to do if you want to play college soccer at a high academic school. As a sophomore, what I expect of you is the following. You must have a highlight video, you must have a list of schools you're thinking about, and I want you to be playing at the ECNL or MLS NEXT level. Let's assume you've got that done. Now the question is, how can you start to communicate with coaches in an efficient way? So number 1, when you write your email, I want you to be very specific and say, "Dear coach, I hope this finds you well. I've read and heard great things about you." Say something genuine. Then say the template about you. My name is, I play for, I have an X GPA, I'm in the class of such and such. Then give 1 accolade. Okay, so that should be like a 7 to 8 sentence email, not longer than that. Once you've done that email, you're then gonna ask this question. You're gonna say, "May I have permission to attend your ID camp?" Now, you have permission to attend most ID camps, in fact, 99% of them. But what you want is a response. You want a genuine response. And if you ask for permission, coaches are going, well, that's money. So that's an influential way to get them to respond. And 2, they're gonna read your email. Now, if they respond with, "Of course you can attend our ID camp," in a genuine way, it means they read your information and they'd like to see more of you. Now, it's hard to understand the power. Are they like, they just want my money? Is that all it is? But if they respond with, "Hey, we saw your video, like we really want you to come," which is what that question will often encourage to happen, then that's an ID camp you should go to. And you should go, this is before June 15th, you should go to 2 to 3 ID camps in the spring, and then you should be sending videos to the Division I schools, every touch videos, like once a month leading up to June 15th, so they know who you are. Then what I want you to do is you have to decide between individual ID camps, mass ID camps with multiple schools, and what we call big ID camps hosted by one school. So individual camps are hosted by one school, say Bowdoin, have a camp, it's just them on their campus. That's the best camp, and if you can get a genuine invitation to that, that's the best. The number 2 is a mass ID camp. This is with many schools, maybe literally 50 plus schools. That's an exact, a Masters, a Future 500. Those I don't love, but as a sophomore, if they're top academic, like Masters is the camp you should go to, or the Dartmouth one, those are great. That's a great camp for you to go to. They'll start to know who you are. They'll start to keep track of you. They're not gonna recruit you. They're not gonna make you an offer, but they'll know your name. And then don't ever go to one of those again as a junior. Go back to individual camps. And then the final option is it's a mass ID camp, meaning there's multiple schools, but it's hosted by one school. So Dartmouth have one of those, Harvard Clinic have one in the summer. These are really good camps because it's hosted on a college campus by a coach with multiple schools also attending. And that is really helpful to go to sophomore year, because then they're gonna start keeping track of you all of your junior year. And remember, Division III academic schools and Division I are almost done recruiting in August, September, October of your junior year going into your senior year. So that means you need them to know who you are by the beginning of your junior year so they can recruit you for a year. Because remember, you might go to a showcase and they don't go to the same showcase, or you get injured, or you don't play very many minutes. So you really need to take advantage of the fact that you're going to showcases and that they hopefully seriously come to your games. Then once you hit your junior year, you should only be going to individual ID camp. Don't go to a single mass ID camp of almost any kind. And unless it's hosted by a school, that could be the exception. But otherwise, you should never go to another Masters, never go to another exact, no Future 500s. Because of the top academic nature of it, they want to see you on campus. They want to see you in their own environment. When you go to the mass ID camps with multiple schools, the coaches 99% of the time go, "It was really great to see you. We're going to keep track of you. Could you please come to our own ID camp? We'd like to see you in our own environment." And then you're asking yourself, like, why the hell did I go to that camp? If you just need to see me at your camp, why don't I just go to your camp? But maybe 5 schools asked you to come to their camp in a genuine way, and you got 5 schools to ask you because you went to the mass ID camp, which as a sophomore is bloody perfect. But as a junior, that's not, because you're gonna run out of time and then you're not gonna get recruited. So sophomores, it's really important that that's the strategy you take. If you want more help playing college soccer, I'm the College Soccer Guy. Give me a call. Links in the bio description. Talk soon.